There is a quiet place inside every man, a chamber of the heart perhaps, or a space just behind the eyes, where a silent truth often whispers. It isn't a shout of pain, nor a roar of anger. No, it's far more subtle than that. It's a gentle, persistent hum of absence, a knowing. Have you felt it? This stillness, this peculiar quiet that settles when a man looks within and finds a flicker where there once was a flame. Not extinguished, perhaps, but certainly dimmed. An ember glowing softly in the dark, rather than a vibrant, dancing fire that once lit his way. It's a realization that often comes, unbidden, in the quiet hours of the night, or perhaps in the stillness of a morning coffee, watching the world awaken, feeling strangely separate from its vibrant pulse. A subtle shift, a sense of distance from the man he once knew himself to be. The one who felt the current of life flow effortlessly through him, who embraced each day with a certain primal curiosity, a deep-seated sense of his own power, his own unique song. Where did that spark go, you might ask yourself? That natural, undeniable aliveness? It's not about grand adventures or heroic feats, though those too can be expressions of it. It's about something far more fundamental. It's about the very feel of being alive, the resonance within, the deep, unspoken connection to his own essence, to the magnificent current of life that moves through all things. This isn't a loss that announces itself with trumpets. It creeps in, slowly, almost imperceptibly. Perhaps it began when the demands of the outer world grew too loud, when the pursuit of success overshadowed the quiet wisdom of the soul, when responsibilities became burdens rather than expressions of love. The subtle exchanges of energy that once nourished him, these became forgotten, unseen, unfelt. When this connection dims, it's not just passion that fades. No, it's something deeper. It's the very current of vitality itself, the wellspring of creativity, the clear, confident voice of his intuition. It's as if the music inside has softened, lost some of its rhythm, its harmonic richness. The vibrant colors of his inner landscape become muted. A man might find himself moving through his days, accomplishing much, yet feeling strangely hollow, disconnected, as if a vital thread has been severed, leaving a quiet, aching void. This quiet sadness, it's not a weakness to be ignored. It is, in fact, an invitation, a sacred calling from within. It asks us to pause, to listen deeply, beyond the noise of the world and even beyond the noise of our own busy minds. It invites us to touch that place of quiet longing, to acknowledge it without judgment, to tend to that ember with tenderness and patience. For that spark, that very essence, has not truly vanished. It simply waits. It waits for attention, for recognition, for the gentle, knowing breath that can coax it back into a vibrant, living flame. It waits for you to remember the language of your own soul, to feel the currents that have always moved within you, to connect with that deep, life-giving energy that is your birthright, your true nature. It is always there, waiting to be rediscovered, to flow freely once more. We stand at a crossroads, don't we? A quiet place where the whispers of what was meet the silence of what is. And in that space, a man might find himself wondering, where did the current go? That vivid, undeniable pulse that once animated every cell, every thought, every touch. It often begins subtly, this divergence from oneself, not with a sudden break, but with a series of small, almost imperceptible negotiations. A man, by his very nature, often carries the world on his shoulders. He is taught from an early age to be strong, to provide, to protect. And with these noble aspirations come the pressure of expectations. Expectations from family, from society, from the very image of what a man should be. We learn to measure ourselves against these external benchmarks rather than the quiet rhythm of our own souls. And so we begin to build a career, a home, a future, each brick laid with intention, with effort. And with each brick comes the weight of responsibility, a deep primal urge to ensure safety, to provide comfort. This is not inherently wrong. It is, in many ways, the very fabric of love. But when this responsibility becomes a cloak so heavy it suffocates the light within, when it demands that we set aside our own needs, our own joys, for the sake of an ever-expanding list of duties, then something shifts. Think of the countless moments, the uncounted hours, when a man has swallowed his true feelings. A quiet frustration, a fleeting disappointment, a deep, aching weariness that has no proper place in the narrative of strength. These are the unspoken resentments. They are not always directed at another. Sometimes they are resentments against the circumstances, against the relentless demands of life, against the very self that seems to have no time or space to simply be. These unspoken truths don't simply vanish. They settle. They accumulate. Like silt at the bottom of a river, they begin to impede the natural flow. And the river itself, it begins to slow. The constant doing, the relentless striving, the perpetual state of being on call for every external demand, it leads to a profound, pervasive, chronic fatigue. Not just of the body, though that is often the most obvious symptom, but a fatigue of the spirit, a weariness that seeps into the bones, dulling the senses, muting the vibrant colors of life into shades of gray. When the body is constantly under stress, constantly driven, it enters a survival mode. And in survival mode, the subtle, exquisite energies of connection, of creativity, of deep sensual awareness are deemed luxuries the system can no longer afford. When we are exhausted, truly exhausted, our defenses rise. We become wary. We build walls. And then comes the fear of vulnerability. The thought of opening up, of revealing the tender, aching parts of ourselves feels like an unbearable risk. What if we are seen as weak? What if our weariness is met with judgment instead of understanding? So we armor ourselves further. We put on a brave face. We push down the longing for connection, the desire to be truly seen, because the cost of that vulnerability feels too high. This is the turning point, you see. This constant suppression of authentic feelings and desires. The subtle art of burying what we truly feel, what we truly want, in favor of what we should feel, what we should want. We learn to smile when we are tired, to nod when we disagree, to pursue goals that resonate with external expectations rather than the deep, quiet calling of our own spirits. We strive to conform to external requirements, to fit into predefined molds, believing that this path leads to security, to acceptance, to peace. But what is the cost of this conformity? What happens when this natural, vibrant energy, this life force, is repeatedly held back, denied expression, forced into artificial channels? It doesn't disappear. No, it becomes blocked. Like a mighty river dammed, the water doesn't simply vanish, it pools, it stagnates, its power contained but no longer flowing freely, no longer nourishing the land. And this is where the profound misunderstanding often lies. We might feel a loss of desire, perhaps, or a waning of physical intimacy. And we mistakenly believe this is the central problem. We think, I've lost my spark, or my desire has simply faded with age. But it's so much deeper than that. When energy is blocked, we don't lose sex, we lose vitality. We lose the very current of life itself. It's not just about what happens in the bedroom. It's about what happens in the morning when you wake up. Is there an eagerness to meet the day, a sense of creative potential, a deep well of inspiration? Or is there only a heavy sigh, a feeling of having to push through? This isn't merely a lack of libido, it is a loss of vitality that ripples through every aspect of life. The joy in simple pleasures, the clarity of thought, the spontaneous laughter, the deep, resonant connection with others and with oneself. We begin to experience a profound feeling of incompleteness, a sense that a vital part of us is missing or has gone dormant. It's like living in a house with several rooms boarded up, dimly aware that there's more to the architecture, more space to inhabit, but unable to access it. A man finds himself going through the motions, fulfilling his roles, but feeling an ache, a quiet emptiness where the vibrant hum of his authentic self once resided. He stops hearing himself. That inner voice, that subtle intuition, that clear knowing of what brings him true joy, true meaning, true alignment, it becomes muffled, then silent, overpowered by the clamor of external demands and internal critics. He becomes disconnected from his own deepest needs, his own creative impulses, his own unique rhythm. And in this exchange, he gives up his vividness, his aliveness, the spontaneous, unbridled expression of his true nature. He trades it for an illusion of safety or duty, the belief that by conforming, by sacrificing, by suppressing, he is securing a stable, predictable, and ultimately safer existence. He believes he is doing what is right, what is expected. But what if the greatest safety, the truest duty, is to remain connected to the very source of life within? What if true security lies not in outward conformity, but in inner alignment? This path, this journey away from self, is often walked with the best of intentions, with love, with responsibility, with a deep desire to provide. But it leads to a quiet desolation, a slow draining of the very essence of who we are. It leaves us longing for something we can't quite name, a deep ache for the vibrant current that once flowed so freely. Yet, this awareness is not a condemnation. It is an invitation to gently, patiently turn our gaze inward again, to listen, to remember, to reclaim, for the path back is always open. Love, feel, breathe. The energy within you has never died. It's been waiting for you to awaken. We often speak of desire as if it were a simple, singular thing, a whisper of the body, a fleeting urge, sometimes indulged, sometimes suppressed. But what if desire is something far more vast? What if it is not merely a flicker, but the very flame of existence itself? Pause. Consider the currents that move through all living things. The sap rising in the tree, reaching for the sun. The river carving its path through ancient stone, ever seeking the sea. The silent, irresistible pull of the moon upon the tides. These are not just physical forces. They are expressions of a fundamental energy, a yearning to move, to connect, to become. And so it is with us. Between a man and a woman flows not just passion, but life itself. Not just a moment of heat, but an ancient, sacred current that predates us and will flow long after we are gone. This energy is the pulse of creation, the very breath of being. It animates every cell, whispers through every thought, ignites every dream. We have been taught, perhaps, to compartmentalize this energy, to label it, to confine it, to see it primarily through the lens of reproduction, or pleasure, or even, sadly, of sin. But to truly understand desire, we must look beyond these narrow confines. We must see it for what it truly is, a fundamental life force. It is the raw, untamed impulse to create, to build, to dream, to paint a masterpiece, to compose a symphony, to raise a child, to forge a new path in the wilderness. Every act of true creation, whether it is the birth of a star or the quiet crafting of a wooden bowl, springs from this same wellspring of vital energy. This primal, dynamic force that yearns to manifest, to bring something new into being. This energy is not merely about physical attraction, though that is one of its most potent expressions. It is the very current of your own vitality. It is what makes you feel alive, truly, deeply alive. It is the spark that ignites your curiosity, the drive that propels you towards discovery, the quiet strength that allows you to endure and to overcome. Think of it. When do you feel most vibrant? Is it not when you are engaged, fully present, completely absorbed in something that ignites your soul? That too is the flow of this desire, the desire for meaning, the desire for connection, the desire for experience. Desire is the language through which the soul speaks. It is not the body calling, not merely the flesh crying out for gratification. No, it is the soul singing. It is the deepest part of you yearning to express its truth, to find its resonance, to connect with the larger tapestry of existence. It speaks of a thirst for life, for knowing, for deep, authentic connection. It is the soul's way of saying, I am here. I want to experience. I want to be known. I want to feel. When we feel this current within us, truly feel it, we begin to understand its sacred nature. There is nothing profane about it. There is nothing to be ashamed of. To desire is to be human. To desire is to be divine. It is the universe itself expressing its unending creativity through you. This energy is also profoundly healing. When it flows freely, unimpeded by fear or shame or old wounds, it becomes a balm. It can soothe the tired spirit, mend the broken heart, and even revitalize the weary body. It encourages growth, renewal, and transformation. When we allow this sacred current to move through us, it clears blockages, dissolves stagnation, and brings us back into alignment with our deepest selves. It is the body's innate wisdom guiding us towards wholeness. When energy is blocked, we don't lose sex, we lose vitality. We lose that vibrant hum, that inner glow, that feeling of being fully present in our own skin. Life becomes duller, colors fade, sounds become muted. We might feel a pervasive sense of emptiness, a lack of inspiration, a quiet despair. The world seems less interesting, relationships feel less fulfilling, and our own inner landscape becomes barren. This isn't just about intimacy in the bedroom, it's about the intimacy with life itself. Attraction, then, is not sin. It's the universe remembering itself. It is the recognition of one spark of life by another, a resonance, a magnetic pole that speaks of deeper harmony, a potential for profound unity. When you feel that pull, that sense of recognition, it is a call to presence, a call to awaken, to notice the beauty, the mystery, the profound interconnectedness of all things. It is the universe whispering, look, see, feel, you are part of something magnificent. This vital current manifests in every aspect of our being. It is the energy of movement, the impulse to rise, to walk, to dance, to explore. It is the energy of breath, that deep rhythmic inhale and exhale that grounds us in the present moment, connecting us to the very source of life. When a woman breathes deeply, life breathes with her. And a man, when he breathes with full awareness, anchors himself in his own core, in his own power. It is the energy of attention, the focused presence you bring to your work, to your loved ones, to the quiet moments of contemplation. To give your full, undivided attention is to offer a piece of your vital energy. And it is the energy of presence itself, the capacity to simply be, fully and completely, in this moment, in this body, in this life. For a man, this sacred energy is deeply tied to his capacity to create, to protect, and to feel truly alive. It is the source of his inspiration, his courage, his unwavering spirit. It is what fuels his drive to build, to provide, to safeguard what he holds dear. When this current flows freely within him, he stands taller. His voice resonates with deeper truth. His gaze holds a greater knowing. He becomes a conduit for strength, for wisdom, for unwavering love. A man doesn't lose power when he ages. He loses it when he stops looking with wonder, when he ceases to feel the stirring of this vital current within him, when he closes himself off to the profound mystery of life, to the call of his own soul. Age can deepen this energy, refine it, make it more potent, more profound. This vital current manifests in every aspect of our being. It is the energy of movement, the impulse to rise, to walk, to dance, to explore. It is the energy of breath, that deep rhythmic inhale and exhale that grounds us in the present moment, connecting us to the very source of life. When a woman breathes deeply, life breathes with her. And a man, when he breathes with full awareness, anchors himself in his own core, in his own power. It is the energy of attention, the focused presence you bring to your work, to your loved ones, to the quiet moments of contemplation. To give your full, undivided attention is to offer a piece of your vital energy. And it is the energy of presence itself, the capacity to simply be, fully and completely, in this moment, in this body, in this life. For a man, this sacred energy is deeply tied to his capacity to create, to protect, and to feel truly alive. It is the source of his inspiration, his courage, his unwavering spirit. It is what fuels his drive to build, to provide, to safeguard what he holds dear. When this current flows freely within him, he stands taller. His voice resonates with deeper truth. His gaze holds a greater knowing. He becomes a conduit for strength, for wisdom, for unwavering love. A man doesn't lose power when he ages. He loses it when he stops looking with wonder, when he ceases to feel the stirring of this vital current within him, when he closes himself off to the profound mystery of life, to the call of his own soul. Age can deepen this energy, refine it, make it more potent, more profound. It can transform raw impulse into conscious creation, fleeting desire into enduring love, restless energy into grounded presence. This isn't about chasing fleeting sensations. It's about cultivating a deeper relationship with the wellspring of life within you. It's about understanding that the very current that flows through your veins, that animates your dreams, that whispers through your quiet moments, is sacred. It is the force that connects you to everything, to everyone. It is the true nature of your being. Love, feel, breathe. The energy within you has never died. It's been waiting for you to awaken. We have spoken of the quiet ache, of the subtle fading, of the man who wakes one morning to find a stranger in his own skin. And in that realization, a door opens, not to despair, but to a profound invitation, an invitation to return, not to what was, but to what is, eternally present, just waiting to be felt again. This journey back, these steps to the source, they are not a race. They are a deepening, a rediscovery of the oldest, most fundamental truths within you. There are no maps to follow, no techniques to master, only a quiet turning inward, a gentle shift of attention. Let us begin with the breath. So simple, so automatic, yet so profound. Take a moment now, wherever you are. Allow your breath to deepen, naturally. No force, no effort, just observe. Feel the cool air as it enters, the warm air as it leaves. Notice how the body expands, then softly contracts. This inhale, this exhale, it is the rhythm of life itself. It is the very current that flows through you, connecting you to every living thing. And as you breathe, deeply, consciously, you are not just taking in air, you are taking in presence. You are returning to this sacred moment, here and now. When a woman breathes deeply, life breathes with her. And when a man allows his breath to flow unhindered, he invites his true essence to rise again. Now, let your awareness drift through your body, not to judge, not to analyze, but simply to feel. Do you notice a warmth in your hands? A subtle hum in your chest? Perhaps a tension in your shoulders, or a quiet stirring in your belly? There is no right or wrong sensation. Each feeling is a whisper from your own depths, a communication. It asks for no analysis, only presence. Only the courage to feel again, without judgment, without narrative. Just the pure, raw experience of being in your body. This is where the forgotten language resides. Desire is not the body calling, it is the soul singing. And to hear that song, we must first learn to listen to the body's gentle hum. For some, this return begins with the touch of earth beneath their bare feet, a grounding that reminds them of their own primal connection. For others, it's the gentle caress of water on their skin, washing away the layers of what was never truly theirs. And for many, it is a conscious, tender touch to their own body. A hand placed over the heart, a palm resting on the belly. A simple, non-demanding gesture of kindness to the temple that houses your spirit. Or perhaps a gentle, reverent touch shared with a beloved, not out of expectation, but out of pure, unadulterated presence. A touch that simply says, "I am here." You are here. We are here. Attraction is not sin. It's the universe remembering itself. And when we touch with conscious awareness, with reverence, we allow that universal memory to awaken within us. This is not a path of doing, but of being, of slowing down enough to notice the miraculous in the mundane, to allow curiosity to blossom once more, like a delicate flower opening to the sun. Curiosity about the sensations within, about the world around you, about the very mystery of life that pulses through your veins. This is how wonder returns. This is how the heart, once veiled, begins to beat with a renewed, vibrant rhythm. When energy is blocked, we don't lose sex, we lose vitality. And vitality is simply the courageous willingness to feel, to be present, to breathe deeply into the magnificent truth of who you are. Love, feel, breathe. The energy within you has never died. It's been waiting for you to awaken. We speak of losing ourselves, as if the self were a coin dropped from a pocket, or a path that simply vanished. But perhaps it is not lost at all. Perhaps it has simply retreated, like a river that goes underground for a time, flowing silently beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to emerge again, fresh and full. This journey, this quiet turning inward, is not a search for something new, something you must acquire or invent. No, it is far more tender than that. It is a remembering, a gentle uncovering of what has always been there, nestled deep within you. It is the wisdom of your own being, merely asleep, dreaming beneath the dust of daily life, beneath the weight of expectations, beneath the quiet hum of disconnection. Think of it, the very current of life that moves through you. It never truly fades. It changes its form, yes, it shifts its expression, but its essence, its power to create, to heal, to connect, that sacred fire is eternal. It awaits only your recognition, your gentle, knowing gaze. We often believe that when passion dwindles, or when the spark between two people seems to dim, that something has died. But what if it has only transformed? What if the surface has simply calmed, allowing us to see the deeper currents beneath? Between a man and a woman flows not just passion, not just fleeting desire, but life itself, a profound reciprocal dance of energy. And when this energy feels blocked, when it stagnates, we don't just lose intimacy in the bedroom. We lose something far greater. We lose vitality. We lose the creative impulse that fuels our work, our art, our very joy in living. We lose the vibrant connection to our own deepest selves. This is why the fading of sensual energy can feel like such a profound loss. It touches upon the very core of our aliveness. But it is not a fading. It is a call, a quiet whisper from the soul, asking to be seen, to be honored, to be understood. Desire, in its truest form, is not merely the body's craving. No, desire is the language through which the soul speaks. It is the longing for connection, for wholeness, for the divine spark within ourselves and within another. It is the universe remembering itself, calling out to its own reflection. To deny it, to repress it, is to silence a part of your own sacred song. Consider the rhythm of your breath right now. Feel it, in and out. This simple, profound act is a current of life, continuously flowing. When a woman breathes deeply, life breathes with her, through her, a gentle wave of creation. And when a man allows himself to breathe into his own depths, into his own heart, he finds a wellspring of power that has never diminished. He doesn't lose power as he ages. He loses it only when he stops looking with wonder, when he ceases to see the miraculous current that still flows within him, ready to be channeled into love, into purpose, into deep, meaningful connection. The returning home is not a grand quest. It is a gentle turning inward. It is listening to the subtle currents within you. It is realizing that the capacity for deep connection, for profound intimacy, for creative expression, it has never left you. It has simply been waiting for you to remember its presence. It is remembering that your body is not just a vessel for tasks, but a temple for experience. That your senses are not just tools for survival, but gateways to wonder. That the space between you and another, that is where true magic happens, where the separate rivers merge and flow as one. This awareness brings a quiet peace, a warmth that settles deep in your bones. It is the peace of knowing you are whole, you are complete, and you are inherently beautifully alive. You are not broken. You are simply reawakening. You are remembering the vast oceanic nature of your own being and the infinite potential that has always resided there. So lean into this quiet understanding. Let it fill you. Let it soothe any lingering sadness, any sense of separation. For what you seek is not outside you. It is here, now, within you. Love, feel, breathe. The energy within you has never died. It's been waiting for you to awaken.